Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 17 edition of Instant Replay, where I give you my take on the most controversial plays of the weekend. I'm Simon Borg. It was Heineken rivalry week in MLS, so we start with the New York Derby at Red Bull Arena, where David Villa was irate about this play in the 71st minute. But I thought referee Alan Kelly nailed it by not even calling a foul here. This is just two players going for the ball, the Red Bulls' Aurelien Collin and NYCFC's Villa. Tempers flared on the other side of the field just 5 minutes later when the Red Bulls' Alex Muil thought he earned a penalty, but instead he's booked for simulation, and the replay showed that the referee was spot on about that one too. If there was one debatable play, it happened deep into second half stoppage time when Red Bulls left back Kamar Lawrence takes out NYCFC's Ronald Matarrita along the sideline and gets a yellow for it. But given the force of the tackle and the fact that it leaves his feet, I felt it amounted to serious foul play, punishable by a red card. Kelly showed him the yellow for reckless play. The Texas Derby in Houston was a well-managed rivalry affair by referee Kevin Stott, who only had this minor dust-up to handle, but nothing that two yellow cards couldn't diffuse. Houston's Alex and FC Dallas defender Nangrana were the recipients. To Portland, where I thought referee Ricardo Salazar did an excellent job on all the big calls. First, the Timbers' Diego Valeri was really hoping for a penalty in minute 34, but Salazar is right to bring this back to the outside of the box. That was the exact point of the foul. Then the Timbers wanted another penalty just before halftime, but in my opinion, Fanendo Adi and Seattle's Chad Marshall are both tussling here. Salazar wasn't buying it, and I thought he did well not to blow the whistle. And just a couple minutes later, he got it right again on the penalty kick plus the red card to Seattle's Brad Evans for denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. The Seattle right back fouls Nagbe with the scissors tackle, and then the determination is whether it's a dog so red or a dog so yellow. And given that Evans stops the player and doesn't make a play on the ball, that's a red by the updated laws. We heard from some of you who wanted a red card shown to Harrison Afoul in Columbus for this bicycle kick attempt that lands in the face of Montreal left back Chris Duval. I think referee Armando Villarreal handles it correctly by awarding the yellow card for reckless play. Had Afoul not been clearly trying to bicycle kick the ball, it'd be a different story. Good no call by referee Baldomero Toledo in LA, where Emmanuel Boateng goes down in the box on the challenge by Sporting KC's Ilie Sanchez, who knocks the ball away. But there's no charge from behind into Boateng's back. That's a fair challenge to me. The Galaxy lost the match at home 2-1, and in my opinion, they were lucky not to lose a man on top of that when this Nathan Smith foul on Sporting's Benny Feilhaber was sanctioned with a yellow card. With another look at the replay where you see Smith lunging over the ball and into Feilhaber, I'd consider that serious foul play, endangering the safety and deserving of a red. And props to assistant Mike Kampmeinert, who correctly spotted that this Dave Romney header did in fact cross the entire plane of the goal line. And our friend Soccer Photogrammetry on Twitter created the 3D model to determine that the ball was in by 3 inches. 3 inches! And that's good enough for me to be the best decision of the week. In Minnesota, we saw an early penalty when Loons goalkeeper Bobby Shuttleworth clipped Vancouver's Breck Shea in the box. And I think that's a stone-cold PK for referee Jose Carlos Rivero, and Whitecaps winger Cristian Techera steps up to bury it. Now, Minnesota wanted a penalty of their own just before halftime, but the referee wasn't going for it. From this angle, inside the goal, it does seem like Vancouver's Jake Nerwinski is tugging on the arm of Christian Ramirez as the cross comes in. But I don't think it was enough to warrant the penalty. The other big decision in this one came in the second half on this slide challenge by Minnesota's Ipson on Tony Chani. The referee issues a yellow card for the reckless nature of it, and I think he got it right. Although it really looks bad and Chani takes exception, I think it's mitigated by the fact that Ipson keeps his legs low and he bends that right leg on impact. The Chicago Fire continue rolling along with a 4-0 win at Toyota Park, and the final goal came via the penalty spot after Orlando Scott Sutter shouldered Chicago's David Accam in the box, taking him out of the play before the ball even arrived. And I think that's a great call by referee Jorge Gonzalez, and Accam gets his hat trick, rounding out the 4-0 scoreline. A few minutes later, the visitors thought they had their consolation goal, but this is a great call by assistant Eric Boria, who raises his flag as Orlando's Antonio Nocerino doesn't hold up his run, and the replay shows he's in fact offside ahead of the ball. The scoreline was still 4-0 late when some wanted to see a red card shown to Fire goalkeeper Matt Lamson for denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. No foul is called on this play, but replays do show that Lamson gets Carlos Rivas. But even if the foul had been called, I think this is a yellow card at most given the position of the trailing defender and the direction of the ball. If we're talking about a borderline red card in this match, I'd point to this elbow by Orlando's Giles Barnes, which struck Chicago defender Joao Almeida. The elbow is high and angled toward the face of the opponent. No card shown by referee Jorge Gonzalez. To Avaya Stadium, where the Quakes had a penalty shot early in the second half, as Real Salt Lake defender Justin Glad has an arm on forward Marco Ureña in the box. Glad sure ran a major risk here, and I think you can make the argument that Ureña was spun around and put off balance, but no whistle from referee Fotis Bazakos, who says play on. Bazaco showed a red card in this match to Quakes rookie Nick Lima, who received a second yellow for this late and clumsy slide on Real Salt Lake's Chris Wingert. No doubt about that one. There was another clumsy tackle in Atlanta where I thought Colorado left back Dennis Castillo was lucky not to have been sent off for this slide tackle on Atlanta center back Leandro Gonzalez Pires. Referee Silvio Petrescu shows him a yellow, and what may have saved the Rapids player in this case is the fact that Gonzalez Pires took a step into the Castillo slide after Castillo had already committed to it. Another cringeworthy tackle from Bobby Dodd came early in the second half when Colorado's Josh Gott goes through Yamil Assad to get to this ball. Here too, Petrescu shows the yellow, but I would have gone with a red for endangering the safety. Gott comes in with such a good deal of force, and that could have done some serious damage. Now, an argument can be made that Colorado's Michael Azira also got off easy for this hand to the neck of Atlanta midfielder Miguel Almiron. Almiron was hot under the collar with 6 minutes remaining when he felt there should have been a handball called on this Bismarck Boateng defensive slide in the box. And the replays indicate Almiron had a strong case for a penalty. That looked like a handball to me, but the referee Petrescu opts for the corner and Almiron was shown a yellow for dissent. Atlanta would go on to win 1-0. 2 penalty shots in Toronto, one for each side. With Toronto FC already up 1-0, Josie Altidore goes down in the box on the challenge by New England's Antonio de la Mea, who attempts to get in front of Altidore but makes contact with his leg in the process. No call from referee Hilario Grajera, but I thought it could have been ruled a foul given the contact. Then in the second half, it's the Revolution's Andrew Farrell going down as Toronto FC's Jason Hernandez attempts to poke the ball away. No call from Grajera here too, although it looked on replay like there may have been contact when Hernandez stuck his foot in there. But that one is tough to spot on replay, imagine in real time. And we end in Philly, where the Union's CJ Sapong went down in the box in minute 13 on the challenge by DC defender Kofi Opare. And on the replay, it looks to me like Opare charges Sapong from behind, but no whistle from referee Soren Stoica. Stoica did call a penalty in this one, and it was awarded to visiting DC for a handball in the box by Union defender Oguchi Onyewu. And this is a great call by Stoica and tough to spot. But as you can see here, that ball in fact strikes the upper part of Onyewu's arm. However, DC's potential equalizer is foiled by this great save from Union goalkeeper Andre Blake. And now to the most talked about play from this match, which occurred in the 74th minute, when Stoica issued a red card to DC's Luciano Acosta for a kick delivered to Philly's Haris Medunjanin, who was on the ground after shielding the ball out of play. Replays show that Acosta does deliver a kick on Medunjanin, and Stoica sees it the whole way, which is why he correctly goes to his back pocket in my opinion. But Medunjanin later revealed that he talked the referee out of it, claiming that he didn't feel a kick. So Acosta finished the match, and he can thank his opponent for it. What do you think? Should Acosta have been sent off, or did Medunjanin do the right thing? Let us know in the comments, and until next week, for our editor Rich Hernandez, I'm Simon Borg. See you next time!